Do not convince courage or lack of fear with insanity. Do not, right? Like, to me, I have never done anything professionally. The first 12 years of my career, my dad paid me somewhere between $40,000 and $80,000 a year. I made very little money in the scheme of things to 34 years old. During that time, I almost bought nothing. I lived in a very uncomfortably, humbly apartment. I saved money making $50,000 a year. When you think about things like losing your house, like when I say sell your home and then go live in an apartment so that you can buy yourself 2 years of coverage to go start something, that's about regret. That's different than having some random idea and maxing your credit cards out. Like, there's frivolous and then there's strategic for your happiness. And so it's very nuanced and it has to be important. This is also why I tell everybody in their 20s, if you're 20 to 30, you should be doing nothing but high risk behavior. This is how the world has everything backwards. We tell kids that at 22, it's time to get serious. And they should have everything figured out. And you must go get a practical job. They're gonna live to 100. That is insane. From 22 to 30, every human on earth should live with 4 roommates in a shithole. Sorry.
I'll let you on.
Buy $1 bad food and go for every dream they have as hard as humanly possible. Now, if you're gonna be that kid and you're gonna go for your dream, pay attention to this next part. And you're not allowed to ask your parents for money. Your parents should not be the funder of your dream. You should. Because if your parents are, you will become an entitled loser. But if you do it, you will actually have the behaviors that may lead you to accomplish it. But if you don't, you will feel so good at 28, 29, 30 when you decide to go do something practical that you actually tried. A lot of us in this room, over 35, 40, didn't get this chance because the internet wasn't this internet. But the world we live in now, the most practical thing every 22 to 30-year-old should do is to go for it. But that's different than like, hey, I have a 3-year-old child. I've got this idea, it's gonna be the next Facebook. And you mortgage everything on this wild dream. There's too much delusion. That's very different than strategic, practical happiness reset. So just wanna make sure we have that calibrated. The thing that worked for us is we grew so fast that we didn't have ceilings at the same pace that most do. And then the other thing I did, I don't need to rekindle it, was I really went deep on the people. We're a 14-year-old company with 100 employees that have been there for over 10 years. That's insane, especially in ad land, you know, right? So the 2 things you need to focus on is spending so much time with the second, how many people do you have?
We're 2 of my team are that week 10 now, 11? Yeah.
Oh, you should have them all move in with you. Like,
Basically do.
I would say this, and this is like obviously with them there, but this is like real talk. You have to go into your head and decide which of the 10 to 11, hopefully for you all 10 or 11, realistically the way the world actually works, 4 or 5. Whoever the 4 to 5 you think are that you want to be with you in 6 years from today, you must completely change your behavior with them tonight. You must genuinely, actually, no bullshit, treat them like family, ask them the questions that are scary for small companies. You know, I've been through it, which is like, what drives you? Because when they're like money and you don't have it, you're like, uh-oh, like, you know, but you have to have those combos. And on the other side, you must at all costs focus on business development to get more business in, because those dollars are feeding the oxygen for the retention, because inevitably for so many of them, money is gonna be one of the variables, right? But inevitably out of 10 of them, 5 of them are gonna believe in you long-term so much that they'll be able to invest too. Just like so many of the people that work for me that are 10 years and longer, they made very little money. We were a smaller company, but they believed so much in me, and then they got rewarded on the other side of the rainbow, and I'm proud of that, and that builds that retention, and you're gonna have those conversations.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say for the power of personal branding, and kudos to you, we're 100% inbound because of all the stuff I learned from you. Yeah, right.
I'm proud of you. It's funny, the book that is coming next year, or this year, we're here now. I'm putting out Day Trading Attention. It was originally called Jab, 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 Left Hook. It's the update to that book because I got so much feedback like you're giving me now about that book that I decided to write the 2024 version. I'm really excited about it. And like, as you know, even in this short window, how to be great at social media content not only changes every year, it changes every month, it changes every week. And so, thank you for saying that, and I'm excited about the new book. Because I view my business life as playing games. I don't, to your point, if I viewed my life from the framework of it being the financial needs I needed to live my life and my lifestyle, I'd be done already. I just don't, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to ski. Like, I don't want to golf all day. I don't want to go to Saint-Tropez and be on a yacht and drink rosé. I don't like that, except for maybe 3 days a year. I want to build businesses. It's the game, it's the challenge. I professionally navigate my day-to-day the way every person right now, if they closed their eyes and thought about what they like to do the most for a day, whether it's ski, golf, yacht, cook, listen to music, watch movies, make music, like it is my favorite thing to do. It's why I got such poor grades. I was incapable to even get C's because I couldn't give up every second of my 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old self to not try to sell trading cards in the back of the classroom or daydream about things I would do for my dad's liquor store. Couldn't even give them a minute. So it's who I am.
It's like, did I take enough risk? Did I put myself out there enough?
You definitely didn't.
What's that?
You definitely did not.
Yeah.
Like, and here's how I know it. At least, again, one man's point of view, I'm not sure anybody is taking enough risk from 20 to 30. Yeah. It is the most interesting thing that I've been thinking about, which is it is never more practical to be disproportionately risky than from 22 to 30, yet everybody goes the other way because now they're the real world and it's time to prove something to their parents, to themselves, to everybody else, and everybody goes conservative. It is a huge mistake. We need to flip it upside down. Everybody should go ham from 22 to 30 and do a ton of ridiculous shit and figure themselves out. But on your own dime, not your parents.
There's the parents clapping.
So how I think about it is you should go and be rogue and get to know yourself and taste shit from 22 to 30, but you have to live by the ramifications of doing that. And the cost of entry of that is living with 4 people in a studio apartment, eating dog shit food and not having fancy shit.